Greeting from Chatangulam. So we are starting the sessions for helping you to clear the KAMT examinations. So under KAMT we are going to discuss the categories of questions is coming under the title of English. Okay, so nowadays we know that what is the importance of English. Okay, whether whatever and wherever the way that you are passing through, whether it's in your academics, whether it's in your personal life, we know that we should have good knowledge in English. Okay, whether it's by oral or by writing or reading, you should have to have a good quality English with you, then only you can reach the high levels. So by that we are starting the session for English, and the first section is on reading comprehension. Okay, you might be familiar with the word reading comprehension or comprehension in different languages. So we know that once we are having a good command over English, then only we can attempt the question with the full confidence. Okay, so it is not that it is not your mistakes or some like what you has been earning or so far. So what you have to do now or today itself is that to improve your language level. There are many ways that you can improve your language. It is not by just we all have a like a mindset or idea that one person who is speaking English, he have good knowledge. Okay, not that kind of misleading information. Okay, we should have some kind of quality English in speaking, in writing, and even in reading also. Okay, so by joining all these three skills is mostly needed for the doing this or attending the question of reading comprehension. Okay, because you want to read the time, by the time you want to understand what it is, by the time you want to process what information it processes. Okay, so all these three ideas should be visible and practically possible in the section of reading comprehension. Once you have a good command over English, then only you can reproduce what you really read it. Okay, so what we are going to discuss is not we will discuss with some examples. Still I'm going to give you a briefing about how you want to attend the question of reading comprehension. Okay, so reading comprehension, we know that it will be a large paragraph, a wide paragraph. It might be from 1 to 2 pages. Okay, and once you see the question by itself, confidence will be get over, because you don't have enough time to read the complete passage. Okay, and the funniest thing is that you are losing your mark once you decided that you don't want to attend the reading comprehension. Okay, so if you really want to clear the exam it is really easy that if you are spending the time for reading the complete passage. Okay, so there are different tips that I can give you, like to how to overcome such kind of, or how to develop a good or strong mind to attend that questions in reading comprehension. Okay, so reading comprehension, while you're looking, as I said, you have to add all of your, like you want to read it, you want to write it, and you want to understand or conceive the concept about it. Okay, so as fresher or as just graduate, I would like to give a tip like how you want to approach this question, because as one time we know that while attending the question we may have the tendency don't waste time. Okay, but if you really spend enough time to read the passage, definitely you can score a good mark in it. Okay, so it is the easy way to gain a good mark rather than making negative marks in the aptitudes. So come to the reading comprehension, you want to focus the 5 areas. Okay, and here I am putting the major problems that is associated with the reading comprehension, and in the discussion we will discuss how to overcome all of this. Okay, and so each problems having its own measure or remedies for the same. So once you are able to once you having the problem, understand the problem, and you want to identify how you can solve the problem. Okay, so these are the major 5 problems that is associated with reading comprehension. So you want to understand that why these kind of like aptitudes or in competitive examination they were adding the patterns of reading comprehension in English. Okay, we know that as a universal language we should have good knowledge in English. That is one thing. Okay, so there is a paragraph they have been given and you want to read it, you want to understand it, then you want to reproduce as well. Okay, so reproduction will be the major obstacle that you might be see in this, because you are able to read it. Okay, sometimes you are able to recollect it, but again while they were asking about what the paragraph mean is, then you will be in trouble. Okay, so it is not just single day workout, it will take into your success. So there should be a continuous trying our continuous involvement in English for clearing this kind of examination. For that you want to have a like knowledge or some interest in learning English, and you want to spend the time for it. Okay, so let us look on what are the major areas that we have to focus on, or I am going to tell you your problems, and I am also suggesting you different topics or different technique that you can overcome it. First one is slow reading. Okay, most of, because we are not just completing single pages or single book in one day, right? It is not possible, and once it's possible also, we didn't get or capture anything. We are just reading. Okay, so if you take in the graduates, mostly they are very slow readers, because they are reading as less, because they want a connection in it. Okay, if some kind of international article or any other standard or different other than the UK English, we will be struggle to have a flow in the reading. Once there is a good flow of English in the paragraph, that make us to be more conscious, and we will be in slow while reading. Okay, so slow reading will be, it's actually inbound in the paragraph. Okay, because they are mean to make you struggles or make you hindrance. So slow reading is the paragraph reading, but what you want to do is that you want to read it as much as speed. Okay, so the problem solution is speedy reading. Solution is speedy reading. So for reading speedy, or you want to use the time wise, right? So if you want to read very speed or very fast, you should have a good knowledge in English. For that you want to develop a skill or a knowledge or a kind of routine as reading. Okay, whether it's in Malayalam or whether it's in any other language, you have a reading pattern. Okay, everyone have their own reading patterns. Okay, based on their psychology, they might be easily understand something. There are people, they are not understanding anything, but they will be good in reading. Okay, so don't, while you are attending the question of reading comprehension, don't read to understand. Okay, read it as a reading passage. Okay, and also you don't want to be get stretched with how much you understand it. Okay, so speedy reading will help you to complete the passage as much as possible. Then it will help you to, so once you are able to save the time as you reading speedy, then you can use the time for reviewing and analyzing and processing to find out the answers. Okay, so speedy reading is must and necessary for English comprehension. And next one is it will be a complex passage, because, and this complex passages make you to read slowly. Okay, so complex passage will be there, and once you get a 2 or 3 different terminologies, some sophisticated words that they were used or terminologies. Okay, if they used, we will we will not be get connected with the next para, and some jargons they might be used. Okay, or technical terms they use. Once we feel it as something that word meaning we are not getting, then we will completely is lost over there. Okay, and we only understand that. So what you want to understand, that reading comprehension is a technique to evaluate your English knowledge, right? So it doesn't mean that you want to completely understand the passage and then process it. Okay, because your answers is just hiding in that passage itself. Okay, so don't be just focus on once you miss any word or any terminology you couldn't find it out, just let it go. Okay, just read the passage as much as free. Okay, so complex passage that will be there, but how it as a process of complex passage, what do you want to do, that increase number of readings. Read it twice. Okay, if you have time, then you can try as a continuous reading. Once you read it up to a sentence, repeat it. But okay, it depends. Once you get if how that word is being matched with that particular sentence, at least you can able to find it out, then move on. Okay, because it will be easy that on what perspective, on what situation it is being added, that you can find it out once you are reading again. Okay, so number of reading you have to add while there is a complex passage. Okay, move to the next one. Options are too close. Okay, Options are too close and you couldn't identify, you know that question, you understand the concept, and you are struggling with the options. Okay, normally they will give you more closely options. Okay, not just what is the word, the same word. If you are able to ask you to find it out, what is the inference, inference will not be in the passage. Okay, once you understand the concept only, you can put it forward, what is the inference that passage is given. Okay, so for that you want to have an idea that what are the ways that you can eliminate the options, so that you can use it as a technique. Elimination method. Okay, so you want to conclude your question like, okay, this is what this question, and how you can eliminate the at least one, at least two. Once you are able to eliminate at least two options from the four option, then there is only 50-50 chance. Okay, so definitely you can opt the right, and always it will be right. Okay, it's a psychology. And so once you are able to eliminate for two options out of four, then you are nearest to the answer. Okay, so that is what you can do while the options are too close with the answer. Okay, and moving to the next, you are not able to recollect. Okay, it is another normal problem faced by the students, because they are reading a large number of paragraphs, a large quantity of information. So recollection will not be like reproduction, or reproducing the information will be a struggle for you. Okay, for that what you can do as a technique, that divide or segregate, divide or segregate the paragraph into different sections. So for example, you read one sentence, you understand it what it is. Okay, so once you are familiar with connections, or how you can connect with your lifetime events or your lifetime subjects that you are interested in. Okay, so subject or the passage might be discussing a lot many items. Okay, it might be talking about the economy, it might be talking about environmental issues. Okay, so whatever the topic, how you want to connect it is, you can first, you want to divide or segregate the complete passage into different sectors. Like you can divide, okay, it is about the introduction and it's about conclusion, or that is one part, and in that you can segregate it, like it is talking about the environment or particular subject, for example lake conversion, or like its conservations of animals. So whatever the subject is, if you are able to segregate the total passage into different sects and to understand it, or to conceive the concept, then you are able to recollect it. So the problem is not able to recollect, and the solution is, once you are able to connect it with your knowledge, your own interest, and your own, like whatever it is, it will help you to connect. Once you connect it, it will help you to recollect the information you already passed. Because once we are reading the passage, you try to connect it with somewhere you read it, or something that you are really interested in. Okay, so once you are doing it, or you can even connect with any object, event. Okay, so once you are able to do that, it is easy that you can recollect it. Okay, while you are reading the question, it will be. And I'm talking about the questions as related with this aspect. While you are getting the question, there is another strategy also you can apply. Like first, you want to read the complete questions. Okay, don't just check it what are the options available, just check it what are the questions they asked, depend upon the reading comprehensions. Okay, passage and the questions and its option, that is what the category under reading comprehension. So first, just learn what is the questions are, what is they really asked for. Okay, once you know the questions, then while you reading the passage, you are able to recollect what question they are asked. Okay, so that will also another strategy or tool that you can experience. So for whatever the things, as I said in the previous, or while beginning the reading comprehension, it is a skill actually. So you have to evolve it by your day-to-day activities, reading a newspaper, reading different books. Okay, that all together it will bring you to have a more confident mind in the reading comprehension. Okay, it is not just you are by hearing something or you are understanding something. It is all about how you are well versed with English. Okay, and you can easily manipulate. It is not that you want to completely understand what is the passage says about, but you just want to focus on the questions and its answers, because you are not going to study the passage. You just simply want to attend the question. Okay, so read the questions first, then connect it or recollect it with while you are reading the passage. So while you are reading, you must be a speedy reader, and if it's not understandable, do number of readings, and in options you can do elimination process, and while reading the process of not, if you are not able to recollect, use the segregation method. And come to the last one, as a last problem, you can say that unfamiliar topics, because they might be asked from everywhere, anywhere under the sun. Okay, so we cannot be sure about, okay, they will ask, and it is not something that you are meant for general knowledge. Okay, it is just the questions is purely asked from the reading comprehension only. Okay, so once you know the passage, or that meantime you want to understand what is the passage is, and from the passage itself you can find it out the answers. Don't go for your knowledge, your that subject knowledge, your technical knowledge in that perspective. So whatever the topic, whatever the sophisticated or technological or the environmental, political or economical aspect of the passage is discussing about, don't bother about anything. What you want to concern about, read the passage, what are the words or sentences which is put in the passage, understand it, conceive it, then reproduce it, then easily you can find it out the answer. So unfamiliar topics that you can avoid by, as I said, being familiar with passage. Okay, so you don't want to be get the detail about what will be the history of it and what it is really talking about, what will be the past, what will be the future. Nothing you don't want to be get bothered in. You just want to read the passage and find it out what is the answers, that is like a correct, choose the right option from the options. Okay, so these are the things that you want to keep in mind while you are dealing with a question of reading comprehension. As I said, it will be a large paragraph. While approaching it, it is your strategy that any of this you can apply it. Okay, that's it for reading comprehension. Find it out what is your problem, and solve it with what is the suggestions. Okay, and try to develop your own methodologies of solving different problems. Okay, so altogether what do you want to learn? It is to learn English as a continuous mode of learning. Okay, not just only learning for the purpose of examinations. Thank you.